Alright, since I finally got my tech dumbness to figure out how to make a YouTube channel, let me test it out. Before I was always in a rush to make like 5-minute vids. I didn't like that pressure, so I stopped making vids after I got sick and tired of it. So hopefully this works out now that I have a YouTube channel. Anyways, yeah, driving home from work. So why not test it out and see how long this could go and if I could actually upload it to my YouTube. So what do I want to talk about? Let's talk about war, because that seems to be the main objective, well, not main objective, main topic of discussion and main complaints. And oh man, I see many complaints. Some complaints are justifiable. Actually, very few complaints are justifiable. They're actually legit. They actually have a right to gripe. But many of these complaints, man. that's all I can say. Man, just shake my head, smack my forehead a couple times, maybe until I'm unconscious. Some of these complaints are ridiculous. A lot of people don't look at what they do objectively. They instead, and understandably, they lash out their frustration, blame others for ineptness. But in actuality, a lot of these problems could be solved on your own. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm far from being super detailed. This is a game. It's not a job. I'll be damned if you catch me with a calculator, with a protractor, graph sheets, spreadsheets and whatnot. Heck no, I'm not gonna do all that work for a game. I just do a simple, objective, eagle eye test. And guess what? That usually works out for us. I mean, I try to use the common sense approach and just try to think about it logically and objectively. And if the fault is on me or on clan mates, I tell them as is. Hey, sometimes the truth isn't pretty. But keep in mind, don't take it to heart. It's a game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people get so emo about this. Like, so what if you're bad at the game? Who cares? I mean, as long as you're enjoying yourself and having a good time. Now, if you're not enjoying yourself and you're bad at the game, guess what? There's ways to rectify it. Anyways, I'm getting off topic now. So my whole point being is, a lot of these complaints that I'm seeing and hearing about, you can solve on your own. I mean, my clan, we're far from being like experienced warriors. Actually, a lot of them aren't. A lot of us are just casual, laid-back adults. We just play the game to escape from the BS of reality, which is cool. And everybody's skill level is not on the same par. But does that really matter? No, it really doesn't matter. The only thing it matters for us is at least trying, like putting in the effort. Even if the effort is like, I guess, found on the wrong thought process, it doesn't matter. You're still putting the effort. So that's good enough. Me, I'm competitive. I'm really competitive. So I always want to play the game at a high level, but not to a level where the game starts feeling like a job. Once the game starts feeling like a job, I know I gotta be out. At that point, a game is no longer a game. And what's the point of playing if I'm gonna make the game a job? Granted, I do a lot though, but I think I do a lot casually. Like, I do a lot when I feel like doing it. I don't feel forced to do it. I just do it because I want to do it. I guess, which explains my lack of videos. I have a lot of ideas. I can make a lot of videos. I just choose not to because I'm lazy. Sorry, I'm lazy. I'll admit it. So, but with that said, I do enjoy the game. I find it very fun. It's a great time killer. and makes my work days bearable. Oh my God, once again, I'm off topic, my bad. So war thoughts. Like I said, without being super detailed, we do fine. Our war record's like what? I believe like 67 and 21. And we're not even that hardcore. Actually, we're not hardcore at all. And we don't count tiles. We don't plan for hours and hours on one. We don't go on voice chat and discuss the plan and what to do. But I do try to make vids when I can. Well, not when I can, when I feel like it. Explain my thought process, how I break down bases. I think even though I'm not super experienced in war, I think I do okay in wars. I have a TH8, 9, 10, and 11. And I'm pretty comfortable warring with all those THs. Why? Is it because I'm an amazing player? Oh, heck no. It's not because I'm an amazing player or I'm this highly skilled player. No. It's because I look at myself objectively and I use common sense. I try to look at the game's parameters and try to understand game AI. Like, how do the troops work? Why do they do what they do? Same thing with defense. How do they work? Why do they do what they do? And if you know the general overview of that, guess what? I guarantee you're going to crush it. It's just a matter of executing. And that's something that takes practice. But I play so much, even though I farm a lot. I think I farm a lot more. I farm too much, actually. But the reason why I do well in wars is because, like I said, I look at my game style and gameplay objectively. If I play like a noob, I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to admit, hey, this new move. But what's the difference between me and some other players who don't do as well in wars? I think it's mainly because of how I perceive the game. When I look at the game, I look at its functions, and without going to like full details, I just try to understand the game details. Does that even make sense? Am I making sense? Like game details, like I said, AI, just how does the game work? Why does it do what it do? That's why in wars, even though we're not highly experienced, we do okay. And our matchups are pretty good. The only time I experienced chaos in our war matchups is when my clan told me stop being so anal and let loose and use whatever account wants to be in the wars. But guess what happened? Chaos happened. We got some really screwed up matches. And sometimes we lost, not because we got skilled, because we got out advantaged, plain and simple. I mean, it's one thing to lose a war because the other clan's just better than you. Me, I don't get mad over that. I don't get agitated, frustrated over that. What I do get mad or agitated about is if we're matched with an unfair opponent, like they have way, way more firepower than us. Like, how can I match with that? You can't. So I try to find ways to prevent that. Because of that, some people think I'm anal. I don't think I'm being anal, though. I just want to make sure that from top to bottom, everybody has an enjoyable war experience. Because guess what? If you use whatever roster, you're going to get some screwed up matches. And if you get some screwed up matches, there's going to be few accounts that's just not going to have fun. All they could do is scout. And what fun is that? There's no fun in just scouting. I can understand scouting here and there, you know, but all the time or most of the time, heck no. Guess what? You're going to get bored of the game and you're going to quit, which I want to prevent. One of my clanmates stated, like, why is this so important? That's exactly why it's so important for me to try to roster up properly so everybody gets to feel useful in wars. Like, hey, you know, like my contribution helps a lot in wars. And having the opportunity to 3-star your opponents, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So that's what I try to share my experience. Like, because I enjoy the game so much, I try to bring that same experience